All right, welcome back, everybody. Episode 6 of Brick Shots with Billy. We're just going to thank y'all for the continued support. Last video got a lot of likes. Co-host Tonio's right here.
Good to be back, man. We appreciate y'all. Keep sharing for us, liking, subscribing, do all of that.
Up here is going to be the Twitter handles, Instagrams, and what's the other thing we use?
Everything.
Here's going to be everything
Facebook.
Up here, where to follow us at. And yeah, just keep liking it, man. I think the last video had 54 views last time I checked, so back on the upswing because it's not just me doing it, and you know nobody wants to hear me talk. So again, appreciate it. Thanks for the continued support. As you see, it's a little different. We're still working out a little bit of the kinks. We're gonna get there towards the end, and everything's gonna be copacetic. Now, the more y'all watch, we'll make some money, and it'll be a lot better.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
John, get us that camera. But anyway. Yeah, so on the first topic, man, we're going to do the new way we're doing. So the Afc Playoff Picture, man, a lot is being said about a lot of teams, the Bills, the Steelers, with Mike Tomlin's thing at the press conference. It was just Sean Payton getting asked this question? The answer is no.
No. Andy Reid, no. No.
But, yeah, man, looking at it right now, What jumps off the list? Is it the Bengals?
It's the Bengals, man. To have the Bengals, number one is because they're good, but it's insane. It's insane.
But just last week, you had the Ravens in the top 5 best teams in the NFL, and the Bengals went into Baltimore and beat the shit out of us.
Yeah, but the week before last week you had the Chargers as a top 5 team in the NFL.
They still were, even though they lost.
And the Ravens did the same thing that the Bengals did to them. So
we did it at home. We did it in Baltimore to them.
I mean, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You know
Everybody in the AFC, if you look, all of these AFC teams have had a bad game. Well, then, yeah, all of them actually.
Okay. Who?
All of them had a bad game.
Who has the worst loss sitting in the standings? Who has the worst loss?
That's tough. I'm gonna say, I don't know. Who to you?
Well, so it's weird to pick on the 7th seed because they're just hanging on, right?
Yeah.
But the Browns have had some bad loss. Like, even if you count the loss to the Chargers, like, Baker Mayfield played his butt off, and they did really, really good there. And it's like, I just don't see him being serious down the stretch. You know what I mean?
And see, it's crazy, and I don't want to do it to the Titans, but I got to do it to the Titans because they lost to the Jets. Even though, no Julio, no A.J. Brown, but they lost to the Jets. It's the Jets, man. So
they're starting Mike White.
Yeah. So
who the fuck is that? I love Mike White though, but who the fuck is Mike White?
So it's the Titans, but to have Cincy at the top is crazy, and to not have Kansas City on the paper is something.
Season's over today. That's the playoff team.
That's
right
the
there.
playoffs, and this is it's crazy. Cincy to be number 1 from last year, but that's a credit to Joe Burrow. We knew he could play. Like, we knew that LSU season is still the greatest.
It's not. Cam Newton's is because that LSU team had almost everybody get
the
drafted.
numbers.
They had almost everybody get drafted.
Yeah, but the numbers. I'm talking about the numbers.
Cam Newton had close to those numbers, and it was just him.
Nah.
Come.
He had a running back. I can't remember his name.
That's what I'm saying. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's who Joe Burrow had. Bam. What else you got? Do you have a first-round receiver?
No. Jamar Chase.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Where were Cam Newton's receivers at? How many offensive lines did he get drafted? Oh, he got 1 drafted in the 6th round.
Hey,
you know where he's at right now?
Home, bro.
Oh, home.
Watching Brick Shots with Billy.
Hey.
But I get it, but still.
Probably not me more afterwards.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I get it, but I still say we seen what he could do. What he got? 51 touchdowns? Something like that? That is.
He goes 51, yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy. 51
it's
touchdowns.
Easy when you got fucking,
it don't matter.
Jefferson,
You still
Jamar Chase.
You still got to get it there.
Randy Moss's son. I mean, come on.
You
His name's Thaddeus Moss.
Yeah, you still got to get it there. 51 is insane.
That's fair.
I know Cam ain't come close to throwing 51 touchdowns.
I think he had like 40, a high 40.
We'll check that.
I'll bet that.
Next show, we'll check that. Bet him a twisted teeth.
Here, I got it. I'll write it down for the next show.
But this playoff picture is crazy. I think with all that the Raiders got going on the outside, their demise comes soon.
But what about the last 2 games? They had that one shitty game, and then they come out with the new coach blazing. You think that's just this game?
Yeah, it's just this game. I
feel that.
I think the method to their madness, because nobody trusts what Gruden had going on, but it started working, and they're like, oh, wow.
Because that was a lot of time. When they were 3-0, they beat Baltimore in overtime at home, and everybody was like, oh, the Raiders might get it this year. This might be where we're headed.
But now it's like he's gone, and I don't know. I just see that being like a downfall on them. What do you think about this?
So I was gonna go with you with Cincinnati. I think the craziest thing, the first question, right, was who jumps off as a big surprise. I think it's Cincy at 1, because if they were at even 4, I feel like, 3, I still would say them, because they didn't play well last year. They didn't have Joe Burrow, but Joe Burrow wasn't out there with what he's doing now. That's not what they were doing. So now that's what they have going on. Jamar Chase is obviously the rookie of the year. It's crazy if you bet on anybody else.
7 games, 746 yards. It's crazy.
Number 2 in the league in receiving yards.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But I'm going to go the same with also the Chargers. I don't think I like Brandon Staley coming in, but it's easy to be a defensive coach when you get your quarterback solved.
Yeah.
And you worry about what's going on the defense. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a big shock to me. The Titans also, the Titans are in this super weird paradox because they don't have a quarterback that jumps off the screen. All these teams, you think about the quarterback and you're like, oh yeah, okay. But then the Titans, even though Tannehill doesn't get enough credit, I feel, but the way they played big teams, big time. They go and blow out the Chiefs.
Crazy.
The Bills, they barely beat the Bills, and I think...
But that was a good win.
It was a good win, yeah. And not a bad loss to the Bills either.
Nah.
And because last week we were talking about the Bills maybe being one of the better teams in the AFC, and if you're losing on a 4th and 1, which I also don't think you go for that. If you think you're the better team, you don't go for those. No, you go ahead and kick a field goal, score to overtime. Because I know.
But Derrick Henry was Derrick Henry, so it's like.
Sure, but then what happened in the blowout win? Which I think is the Titans are giving him too many carries. He had 29 carries last week. Let's preserve him a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't. That goes back to Ryan Tannehill. He is good to me. I like Ryan Tannehill, but does the coach see him as good now? Because
if you're up 20 fucking points in the first half. They were beating the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Let's put the backup in. And I'm not saying I don't like let's just take all the starters out and but when it's Derrick Henry and you're gonna need him in the playoffs and he already has 20 plus carries, maybe we could dial it back a little bit. Because the backup running back did not have eight more carries? Because Derrick didn't even go off.
Nah,
he had 29 carries for 89 yards. John's going to shit on me because I didn't look up the stats. But I know he didn't have over 100.
And he didn't have a rushing touchdown. He actually had a passing touchdown.
Hey, we're not giving MVPs to running backs. He needs to do what he can to try to make his MVP because he got fucked out of the other one.
Yeah, 2,000 yards. Let me throw it.
Did he at least come in second in the MVP?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Who won?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, and he was number 2. It was close.
It was close.
It was close. It was close. But it's 2,000 yards, man. I just feel like
in a passing league.
Yeah, like in a league full of quarterbacks, for a running back still going out to get 2,000 yards, that just shows you that's a testament to his greatness.
Yeah.
And he'll probably never get the big payday. It's just.
But that's where I think maybe the paradox is different for the Titans because. Maybe you pay Derrick Henry and you keep a Ryan Tannehill in there, who also can move. He needs to get out of the pocket, whatever. Because you can also take the Titans. Let's say the Vikings don't want to pay Kirk Cousins because they just drafted Kellen Mond, who's probably going to be one of the better QBs in the NFL. Yeah. After a while, I don't think he'd take over this year and everything would be fine.
He's going to do the Aaron Rodgers. Sit behind Kirk Cousins, learn, and then come in.
Because his contract's up next year.
Yeah.
Sitting around, let Kirk play one more year.
Yeah.
And you're just like, hey, we're going to do what we can. I think you keep Mike Zimmer if you're Minnesota.
Yeah.
We'll get into the NFC too later. But and I think that's what maybe the Titans can do. Maybe next year they get somebody in the 3rd round and just have him sit behind Ryan. Or my whole point with Kirk Cousins, bring Kirk Cousins in.
Yeah.
Hey, you're old now. You already got your big-ass payday. You're not going to get another one. You just hand the ball to Derrick Henry, and you have A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, make some shake.
You know what I mean? But I think the Browns, Kansas City can still get in the playoffs.
Yeah, because the Browns are injury riddled. It's is Odell back yet?
He got hurt again, and then both running backs are out.
Juice is hurt.
Yeah.
So
Juice has been an off and on kind of thing. Like he'll practice, and then it's kind of like we shouldn't play him.
You know,
because the Browns have been some Super Bowl favorites on a lot of actual people who talk this, and not just you and I.
Yeah.
But the Browns are also in this weird thing where like, are you trying to win it all now, or are you still do you still view yourself as a playoff? Because you got to pay Baker after this.
Yeah. They gotta have to pay.
You know what I mean? And I think too with the Browns, with all that QB turnover, with all those first round quarterback picks, you got to keep this one. Like,
got to,
even if it's just an average dude, man.
Because
let's get some stability.
I can remember them picking quarterbacks from when they picked Brady. What was it?
Brady
Quinn.
Brady Quinn. Yeah.
I'm like, damn, they've been picking a quarterback
Colt
ever since.
McCoy, yeah,
like just going quarterback, and I'm like, you gotta eventually stick with one, bro.
Yeah,
like,
and I think Kevin Stefanski's staying there long enough to fucking make something happen. But see, we knew this was gonna happen. That's the next topic. Hold on, we'll go back one. Did we not go back? Anyway, we'll just keep talking, and this will be there. But like I said, dude, we're working out the kinks. We'll get it.
All right. Y'all get the point. But they gotta stick with somebody. But then to your point, are they going for it? Because they have, like, if you took that, forget the injuries, if you took that offense on paper, and that is but they're older too.
Sure.
Except for Baker.
But why are they not dominating games then?
Because they're injured. But I'm saying,
but I'm saying even when they're in there, you're losing to the Chargers. That defense is supposed to be one of the best defenses in the league too, and it's just not happening.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to do like Skip and blame LeBron, like him leaving Cleveland, messed the city,
ruin the whole city. Even though the Browns have been a dumpster fire since 2000.
Yeah.
Okay. I did want to get to a point in Kansas City, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Patrick Mahomes has the most turnovers in the NFL.
Yeah, you're correct.
He's tied with Zach Wilson for the most interceptions, and Zach didn't even play the whole game last week. I mean, I think a lot of pressure has been put on this kid.
Yeah.
He's on the cover of Madden with Tom Brady. They were calling him, it was GOAT versus Baby GOAT last year in the Super Bowl. Like, these expectations on all these new cats are just ridiculous sometimes.
And I think his demise started in that Super Bowl when that defense made him look like that.
But dude, he was still making the throws, and that's what's wild about Patrick Mahomes. I know his mom gets mad. I don't want her to get mad at us. But so Patrick Mahomes was out there, and he was fucking running for his life, throwing to people, hitting them in the face mask with no, you know what I mean? But now I think he got so much praise for when they went to the Super Bowl. He got so much praise for coming from behind every week.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is the one guy that can do it. And now that he's not doing it, we're blaming everything else except him. And I get it, but let's put a little bit of blame on him.
Yeah, I mean, he's nine picks, 5 fumbles.
How's your? Because the Chiefs are shitting on defense.
Yeah.
They're awful.
But their defense
wasn't coming back out. Are they going to get any better? Like, no.
And their defense wasn't good last year. They just had a high-powered offense.
Right. So when does it become the Chiefs just aren't good? I've been saying it for 3 weeks.
I said it. I've been saying it since the year started. I was like, hey, I was telling one of my friends, he's a Chiefs fan. I was like, after they got destroyed like that in the Super Bowl, nobody's going to be afraid of them anymore. Like, and they're not going to be good. And I didn't think they would fall this fast, but yeah.
So I'm going to raise you one real quick, and then we'll move on to our next one. But you remember when the Broncos got their fucking asses handed to them against Seattle in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Came back, the Ravens won the next year. And then came back to the Super Bowl and won.
Yeah.
Maybe the Chiefs are in one of those kind of gigs. Maybe.
No, but see, that's the thing. The Broncos' defense was crazy. The Chiefs' defense is not.
It's not going to get that.
Not. They can't have an off year this year, and I don't think there's nobody in college football that they can draft on defense that'll be like.
Just changes the whole thing.
Super Bowl contenders.
Because I think with the high-powered offense you have Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, an Edwards-Helaire, any running back under Andy Reid's going to flourish, and they're not flourishing.
Yes.
And then you have Patrick Mahomes with all his turnovers. You know what I mean? I just think everyone's the Chiefs will figure it out. They'll what's the thing they use it in the NBA all the time? They'll flip the switch.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe they won't. Why is that always our answer to it?
And I don't think it's a bad thing every time. Like, yeah, we want them to be good, but hey, they not having a year, and that's okay. Like, that's okay. But they're not gonna have a good year. I don't see them making the playoffs. If they do flip the switch, it'll be a wild card game, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. But if he keeps going,
but you just said the Raiders are gonna have a demise, right? You don't think the Kansas City Chiefs will kind of capitalize because the Raiders and the Chiefs haven't even played yet.
We'll have to see. But if Pat Mahomes keeps playing hero ball, like just trying to force it to, because 9 picks, you're forcing it.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Or maybe he's not talented enough.
I mean, I think he's talented. But you got to think, he was a gunslinger in Texas Tech, but he also had.
You play in the Big 12. There isn't a single not gunslinger in the Big 12.
Yeah, but he threw it, but he also had a lot of picks coming out of college. Like, we knew this. And I remember some reporter comparing him to Brett Favre early. Well, we know what Brett Favre do.
Yeah.
He gonna throw it,
a lot of picks,
but he got a lot of interceptions.
But
so
you know what's funny about Brett Favre? He only has 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he's lost 1.
Yeah.
Patrick's already done that.
1-1. So maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
even in Aaron Rodgers, who we revere, we love, we talk about all the time. He's on Pat McAfee, killing it.
Yeah.
Pat, give me a shout out. I already sent you a DM. I don't know what you're doing with it, but he's been to 1 Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like Patrick has been to 2.
Yeah.
But I just think maybe it's a little too early. Obviously, I'm not saying like he's a shitty quarterback.
Yeah.
But if you tell me, if I didn't know who Patrick Mahomes was until this year, I would tell you he's one of the worst QBs in the world. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that crazy to say?
Like he's running with Zach Wilson for a tie as the worst quarterback. I mean,
he is 4th in passing yards.
Yeah.
But it's like he also has to be.
Yeah.
But then like where am I? Because now I like sound like an idiot because I'm like, oh, he passed for a lot of yards, but he has to.
Yeah.
But then like you said, he forces it.
So I don't know. Like I said, man, I think he had a lot of pressure put on him. Did you call somebody a baby goat? And they going up against the real GOAT, like solidified GOAT.
Yeah.
That's insane. And that's a lot of pressure. Then stuff happening off the field with his people. So it's just a lot.
Get into that.
Yeah. It's just a lot going on with him, man. I think he's just looking normal this year, you know?
Also, I'll speak from somebody with a pregnant lady back at the house, like, hey man, it's kind of hard sometimes. You know what I mean? Have like a real life, like somebody tells you something you did yesterday, or like that you need to get done by next week or whatever. And you're like, yeah, I got it. And then it comes around, you're like, hey, we never talked about that.
So I don't think it's the Chiefs' year. They probably get back on track next year because they do have Andy Reid.
Sure.
So, but I think Andy Reid's gonna have to sit Pat down and be like, hey, just let's
what are you doing?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
You know, I've been letting you throw these circus pads for 2 years.
But then, do you think Andy Reid wants to be right, or was he already proven right by drafting him? You know what I mean? Hypotheticals, obviously, is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
But let's say Pat busts out. He's just a bust now.
Yeah.
Do we still credit Andy Reid, or do we crucify Andy Reid for picking him?
No, you credit him because he got his win. He got his ring. Yeah. I'm going to draft this dude. He's going to win me one.
Yeah.
Did it. He already cashed in his check.
That's a good point.
This dude got me back to the Super Bowl. We didn't win, but I went twice with this dude.
Yeah.
That's cashed out.
That's fair.
So, nah. Andy Reid's a fucking genius as a coach. So, nah. I'll never blame him. Y'all can blame him. I'll never blame him.
All right, man. We're going to move on now. And we already have the thing up here. It's been up here for the last 10 minutes. I was talking about the last one. Like I said, we'll figure it out. We'll get it. This is the 75th anniversary of the NBA team. There's some snubs here and there. I think you and I are on agreements. We're not going to talk about the old heads that are on, because I don't know. Even before the show, we were in our pre-show meeting. We were going over it, and I was like, who the fuck is that? Tonio knew a lot more players than I did, so I'm going to give him the credit where it is. But there's only one guy who really jumps off to me of why is he on there. And I think we agreed, right?
Yeah.
And who was it?
Paul Pierce.
Eesh.
And I think for me, because I'm a LeBron James fan, I think he's stolen so much hate towards LeBron over here. It's easy for me to dislike him and just pick. But also, the player that I would switch him with easily, I think he's better. And that's just me.
Yeah.
And it's Dwight Howard. I feel like Dwight Howard makes this list over Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
You got to think, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time block champion,
Yeah.
8-time NBA All-Star, finished second in MVP voting to Bron.
Yeah.
That year he took the Magic to
The finals, yeah.
and he had Jameer. It was
So you know what's crazy too? It's maybe a little off topic, but it just clicked in my head too because the Spurs won in 2007. They beat LeBron in the trash bag, the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Took them to the finals, got swept.
Yeah.
So good on the Spurs. The next year, Dwight Howard and Turgaloo, what's his first name?
God,
Damn. And took them to the finals, and then the Spurs beat them too in 5 games. And I mean, I kind of want to discredit the Spurs too a little bit right here.
Did the Spurs beat them or was it the Lakers?
Oh shit. Maybe it was the
I
Lakers.
think it was the Lakers.
I think I just hate the Spurs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna scratch that. So keep going, I'm sorry.
So I just all right, Paul Pierce. Now I won't discredit Paul Pierce because he was a great NBA player. Probably he already got
Was he ever the best in the league?
No.
Was he ever top 5 in the league? At any point was he a top 5
Well, you gotta
best
think.
player?
You gotta think when he got hot. It was around 2008 when they won. When he got
Sure.
them.
They beat Kobe Bryant and the Lakers.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. So no. Still no. Because you gotta think. So
LeBron came into the league
in
and
03.
was already better than this dude who had been in the league for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can.
And hypothetically speaking, like I said, he a dog. He's a great scorer. And all that.
Yeah.
But
Also a Finals MVP.
Yeah.
I'll throw it in.
Like not discredit, but if you don't bring over Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce is definitely not on this list because he never wins a chip.
That's fair.
Never.
So
He's never taken them to the finals without.
okay, so let me throw it in there then. Chris Paul. So we didn't do this in the production meeting,
Yeah.
but I want to throw that name in there. So Chris Paul. What if I told you I'm going to take him out and put Dwight Howard in?
I don't. See, that's tough. But Chris Paul, I think Chris Paul is solidified. And
Why?
Chris Paul belongs in the
Because
conversation.
he's been to 1 finals and didn't win it?
I mean, he's been to a final. He's never been to a final.
Yeah, the Suns just went.
Oh yeah, he did. I forgot about. I didn't count that this year.
I did think that was a Suns hat for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got
I just think because once you start mentioning people in the likes and the names of where is his name at?
Uh-oh.
I seen it up there, and you know who I'm looking for. You might.
Pre-show meeting was good. We've just been drinking a little bit now, so.
Dang, where is his name? When you start mentioning him with where is his name? I see John Stockton. There it goes. When you start mentioning people like in the conversation with John Stockton.
What didn't you just say the best point guard of all time, and then we could have just got there.
Well, that's LeBron. So once you start mentioning point guards in the conversation with John Stockton, then I just feel like they're at that elite level, and I think, and we'll have to check this, but I know Chris Paul is probably close to top 5 in assists, if not in top 5.
Yeah, I think he's the only. There is a playoff stat. He's the only one to do it 4 different times, or like go plus 20 assists or some shit like that. Again, we'll look that up. John is gonna kill us. No, and I get that too, but also like there's some of these like newer names, like a James Harden. Like, what has he done to be on this list?
Just score, but
score. There's a bunch of scorers on this list everywhere. Look at Dame's on it.
I mean, but you can question everybody new that hasn't won anything. You could question Dame. Dame ain't won nothing. He's just elite.
Dame's still not been to a finals. Dude, I'm not saying rings are not everything, but some kind of play. Well, excuse me. Dame does have a signature playoff win. That fucking wave goodbye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's on the list.
Yeah.
He's on the list.
But I also think maybe, I want to give Playoff P a little bit of credit. I'm not saying he deserves to be on this list, but we should maybe be talking about him a little bit because that Indiana Pacers team, he was the man and got them to a couple Eastern Conference Finals, and Chris Paul's been to 2 Western Conference Finals. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think this is a hard list.
It is a hard list because, like you said earlier, Chris Bosh got what is he? 2 rings?
Yeah, he has 2.
2 rings.
It sucks too because like if he could have stayed in Toronto and like maybe been on that team that Kawhi Leonard took, like that he'd probably be one of the best people ever from Toronto. Like you know what I mean? Like the embracement and all that shit.
So it's
because Chris Bosh was so dominant in Toronto. That's why Miami took him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I really Paul Pierce, but now you got me thinking with the Chris Paul because Dwight Howard deserves to be on this list.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest of like Kyrie's, Klay Thompson's wearing 77 or whatever the fuck it was. Like, you don't deserve to be on this list. Like Dwight Howard has a reason to be upset, but he's not. He's doing his thing and fighting with street clothes and all that. Oh, that's Anthony Davis. If y'all didn't know.
So I think he should have been on his list. Big snub. He'll definitely be on the top 100 team for sure.
Yeah, but that's 25 more people. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to think. That's crazy to think in 25 more years. Dude, we'll be old as fuck.
Yeah, still doing his pod. It's crazy, but he got snubbed, man. Like I said, you would really have to go back because some of the old names, they do stand out to me. Like,
well, so some of the people that have Michael Wilbon was part of this list. Bob Ryan was on one of this list. So like some of these guys who saw a lot of these older cats, they were told you can't take off anybody from the 50th and the 25th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's a little harder than we think. Just like name 75 people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like I'm looking, Rick Barry maybe can be traded with Dwight Howard.
Rick Barry?
Yeah.
So look, I'm not saying I'm like a historian or anything, but I don't know. Rick Barry, he's one of the best basketball players ever do it. Like,
yeah, but Dwight is one of the best big men to ever do it.
But see, you didn't say basketball player. You know what I mean?
Carmelo,
9th in scoring, done. I'm good.
He was the 9th when this list came out.
He was 10th when the list came out.
So,
come on, man.
Hey, he was a 9th, and he's just like Chris Paul. Been in 1 finals or 1 Western Conference Finals, never to an Eastern Conference Finals when he was with the Knicks.
You know, or the Nuggets, because you know what's crazy too is the Nuggets went to the Western Conference Finals the year they traded him. The Nuggets, I don't know whoever works that front office. The deal they got for him, like, just wait a year, Melo. Like, come on, man. You know?
So,
because now you look bad, the Nuggets are in the Western Conference Finals. You leave, you know?
He could be on that Chris Paul thing, even though he is 9th in scoring now.
Yeah.
Giannis got up there pretty fast. I'm not mad at it, but he got up there pretty fast.
So, I'm a little upset with that.
Really?
I don't think, because, again, there's a lot of hypotheticals.
Yeah.
If Giannis didn't do anything after winning the finals, is he up there? Let's say he retired after he won the finals. Is he up there? No, absolutely not. And I think maybe he was probably one of the first people, if we're going back, he was probably one of the first people. Oh man, I didn't fucking move this fucking flag, dude. I just noticed it. He was probably one of the first people to take a team of, not scrubs in any way, but not a super team.
Yeah.
And because even if you look at the 04 Pistons, they didn't have a scrub starting. You know what I mean? And I think Giannis, he was one of the first, if not the first, because we can look back and do all this shit, but to win a finals, I think that says a lot about him and who he is as a player, how he fixed his free throws to make sure that they won the finals. You know what I mean?
But it's kind of early because, like I said, Giannis ain't started running the East until. So.
Well, you just sound like a dick rider.
I'm not. That's the truth.
Well, no, it's the truth. Yeah. Because so after LeBron left, there's been 2 Eastern Conference teams that have won the finals since he's been out of it.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But you know, it's all opinionated, but I still think it's a lot of opinions that agree that Dwight Howard should be on this list.
You don't think Ben Simmons should be on this list?
Ben who?
Okay, my bad. Played for LSU. I don't
I
have anything.
Yeah, that was the last thing.
All right. Oh no, no. Fuck. That was the bit. Fuck that. I'm gonna fix it. Hey y'all, hold on. I'll take this out.
All right.
How come? Oh, there's like a thing down here. All right. Did you do this?
I might have.
What's that background?
I'm saying like it's like I don't know, a Simpsons clown or Drake's Nothing Was the Same cover, like with a trash can there. Man, what do we do about Ben?
I think it's real fast on the trash can. We need to start doing the gray plastic ones. Like,
Yeah.
Who uses those ones anymore? You know what I mean? Like, or even like a green, like the waste management
Yeah.
one. You know? Like, let's get some like new shit going on.
Man, that is accurate. That's all I got to say about that. That's accurate, man. Nigga. What do we do about Ben? All right. So serious note, if anything's wrong with your mental, y'all should talk to somebody about that because that's not funny. But back to Ben, you're doing anything and everything to get off this organization. Now your mind's not right. You have practice on your phone, just chilling, and I'm hurt, and my mind's not right. It's kind of messed up because there's real people with mental problems.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, I'm a superstar, I can use that.
Yeah, but he's not a superstar, but he's paid like one.
Yeah,
Jesus
exactly.
Christ. But dude. Dude, I found this earlier today and I was like, this is the best thing I've seen. And I've seen some titties today.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. But so looking into it, man, like does he have some mental issues? Probably. Did he not show up to camp because he had maybe something going on? Probably. And I'm not gonna say probably. Sure. He does. Like, I want him to stay at home, get his mind right. I do think it's a little weird that when you see the money coming out of your bank account that's supposed to be there, fuck, maybe I should go down to the facility, just, dribble a little bit, go 2 for 10 in a game, go 2 for 10 in a game and fucking just kind of fuck around, have Doc Rivers yell at me and
kick me out of the facility.
It's crazy too. Like, that's a grown man. Is Doc gonna call security to get him out of there, or do you just leave?
Just leave.
You think so?
I'd
be like, call security. I make more than you.
Yeah.
Who's gonna send me out here?
And I'm 6'10".
I feel like somebody would go to bat for Doc and be like, I'll fuck you up right now. And
Probably one of those centers that's just like.
Where's Kendrick Perkins at? What's he do?
Just telling people to carry the hell on. But yeah, somebody would have went to bat for him. Maybe even Joel.
I'd be scared of Joel.
I would.
He seems like I feel like he'd fuck somebody up, dude. Stop. He was in Rihanna's DMs. That takes some fucking. That's a little hard right there.
Man, you a superstar center.
So
I'm
he's
jumping
goofy
in.
as hell. What you talking about?
Don't matter. I got 150 mil. I'm jumping
Rihanna
in.
has almost $1 billion. I bet. I don't even know how much I guarantee.
I'm jumping in Rihanna DMs with the $10 I got in my pocket. That ain't nothing. People don't care no more. Nah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Nah. Ain't nobody care no more. So they don't take. I don't know. I call him soft because he might not be soft, but he's just letting you're the star of this team, and you're letting the other star just do whatever he wants, and you're going to bat for him.
No.
Telling people, yeah,
going to bat for him.
Man, so he's out there asking the Philly fans to be patient, to ask him to come back, shit like that. And I'm like, yo, first off, y'all owe Philly. Philly is overdue. They owe Philly like at least finals appearance. At least. I mean, even though Kawhi, the shot kind of messed him up.
That's true.
The shot kind of messed him up, but they owe him because yeah. But I told you about his. But whatever you said, we ain't gonna talk about that. But I just feel like you gotta stop championing for this dude. If he doesn't want to be here, you as because that's your team.
Yeah,
that's your team. Like they paid Ben Simmons like y'all were sharing the team, but it's your team.
Sure.
Like so, as Embiid, he's like, all right,
but don't you think don't you think the Sixers as a franchise, number one, right? Like, don't you think they would have got shit on if they didn't pay that dude?
Pay him for what?
He's the number one overall pick. You pay him. Unless you're Marcus Russell.
Number one overall picks can be bust.
But they already had one in Markel.
I don't think he was a bust.
Well, he wasn't. Again, that goes back to the mentals, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Philly's like a rough fan base to be, you know what I'm saying? And again, we put all these expectations. Bro, they were calling Ben Simmons the next LeBron.
They done call Andrew Wiggins the next LeBron. They gotta stop.
But I'm saying Andrew Wiggins never even made it to the playoffs.
I know.
So, you know what I'm saying? So maybe it's a little different when you're going to the playoffs and then you have a shitty free throw shooting and then he's not even trying because if they foul him, he's going to line.
Well, like I told you in one of the shows, I think it was our second.
We're getting too many now. So
yeah.
We're fucking coming up.
Yeah, we're coming up. Maybe, or we might have been doing just some talking about sports. We decided to record it now because we do good shit. The expectations was too high for him. He is a better Draymond Green. That's it, and that's okay, because now that takes. Oh, he was the next LeBron. No, he was gonna be a better Draymond Green.
Yeah,
like that's where we went wrong.
Maybe we should start comparing to like lower tier players, like regardless of the sport, like. Just throwing a little like one, like even a Tony Romo, because Joe Burrow got a lot of credit. He got a lot of comparison to Tony Romo, and it's like, all right, that's a good, you know,
because Tony Romo, great QB, but
didn't make it to an NFC title game. So, you know what I mean? So it doesn't put like this ass amount of pressure on you.
You gotta be Aaron Rodgers. I think he's Aaron. Nope, he's not. He's Tony Romo. Yeah. And not to go back too far, but that's where we messed up with Pat. This is the next Tom Brady.
Hold the fuck on.
Yeah. Okay. You know? God, this dude.
Like even if you say like this guy's the next like Jim Kelly, like so he's gonna get to 4 Super Bowls. It's like,
okay.
Hold on. You know what I mean? Like
like god damn. But I think
you gotta trade him. You gotta get rid of him, right?
You gotta but who wants him?
So again, I'm only doing because. I mean, I'm not doing enough research for the show because we don't have enough viewers. So again, share this thing. But I'll do way more research if we get a little more views. But what everybody's saying is to Golden State.
But for who?
If you're Philly and you're like, hey, and I'm Golden State, and you're like, hey, we're gonna give you Ben Simmons. I'm gonna be like, I'll give you 2 second-round picks the next 3 years. That's it. And I'll pay his contract. What, are you gonna say no and just have?
I'll give him.
Just have that.
So you gonna have to give him a player though. So what player are you getting rid of?
Who's my 12th man?
I don't know.
I don't even know, and it's my team in this scenario. Who cares, dude?
Yeah,
you're
let's
not
get rid of him.
You're not gonna get anybody for him.
Let's get rid of him. He got it.
You're just gonna cut him?
No. I'm talking about like as Philly. 2 second-round pick. Hey man, if I'm Doc, hey you on the phone?
That's a way better Doc impression than mine. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of him because now all you got the people in the locker room saying
that are soft.
Saying is like, is he coming back? And by the way, his backup is playing amazingly.
Yeah, who's his backup?
Maxey.
Okay, yeah.
Kentucky. Mm-hmm. He's playing like he wants the starting spot. And that's the only positive they getting from this, cause they lost last night.
Yeah.
But that's the only he's playing he's playing like, you know what? Fuck Ben, I'm here, and And I'm not mad at that.
Pay me.
Yeah, like pay me. I'll take half of what he got. So they gotta get rid of him. They gotta get him out of there. What they gonna? See, and that's my thing. I don't think Philadelphia gives a fuck about a goddamn vaccine.
Oh.
So.
Hold on, do we not know?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they don't have to have one.
I don't think in Philly they care. They just want to win.
But if you're in Philly, so hold on, they don't give a fuck about a vaccine. What do you mean?
Because in New York, you can't be in a.
I whispered Kyrie. I didn't say it loud.
Oh, well, in New York.
Because that's your point.
Yeah, that's my point. In New York, you gotta have a vaccine to be indoors.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you don't have to have that same vaccine. I'm not sure. Now, if y'all, somebody from Philadelphia, we'll look it up. I haven't heard them say anything about, oh, you gotta have a vaccine to come in here.
But it's only him, Andrew Wiggins, it's only him being Kyrie, and Andrew Wiggins who aren't vaccinated.
So, that's what I'm saying. If I'm Brooklyn, hey man, Kyrie ain't gonna get this shit. Let's get us a defender. We're not gonna get a scorer, but sure. Let's get their defense is. I can't name the top defender on Brooklyn.
The guy with the cool last name, Dinwiddie.
Oh, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yes.
He's not there anymore.
Is he not? Oh, he got paid somewhere else.
I think he went somewhere else. I'm not sure, he might still be there, but I don't think he's there anymore.
So is Brooklyn your favorite to win the finals?
Fuck no.
Why not?
Even
if they don't have Kyrie, they're the favorites, dude.
They're not my favorites. They're not my favorites.
No, I mean the overall.
No, it shouldn't be the favorite.
But see,
you gotta dethrone the champions first. You can't make them the favorites, especially without Kyrie.
This isn't what he said in the production meeting, but I'll keep going.
Is that what I said?
You did not say that, because I was thinking that today.
Oh.
We talked about it at work.
No, I don't like Brooklyn.
Neither do I. But there were Kevin Durant's one shoe size. Oh, it was me and Butler today. That's
yeah. Yep, see? Wrong person. So.
But even if you trade for Kyrie, right? So you're Philly, you're like, hey, take this vaccinated player, you can have somebody to play with, whatever. You're in the division with them. So you're still not playing the Nets. You're still not playing the Knicks. And then you still can't play the California teams, I think. So it's like...
Ain't no Eastern Conference teams.
No, I'm saying...
But I don't care about that.
Well, I think it's who is it? The Warriors, Lakers?
Yeah.
Boston... Christmas Day is what I'm thinking.
No, it's probably gonna be Lakers, Nets.
Should be the Bucks, so that'd be weird.
Or Bucks, maybe. It's one of them.
We'll look up the Christmas Day schedule and throw it on the TV.
But you missing them 2 New York games, which is crazy though, because them 2 New York teams are gonna be playoff. Yeah, a little drunk. Sorry. Them 2 New York teams are gonna be playoff teams this year. The Knicks look good.
Julius Randle looks really good.
Yeah.
Where the fuck was he at for the Lakers?
Intimidated, just like Brandon Ingram was.
Oof, yeah. If we could make a move to get Brandon Ingram again, I'm for it.
But yeah, I would too. But I don't know. They gotta get him out of there.
Yeah.
He's like toxic for the organization. You know, him and Doc obviously at odds.
But you don't disrespect Doc. You know what I mean? Like, nah. I'm sure he said. I don't think it was him doing anything or not doing anything, but for Doc Rivers to do that, he's known as a fucking calm, cool, collected dude in the building, not during games, obviously, but in the building, he's revered across the league.
I'm pretty sure Ben.
He had to do something.
He had to be like, man, you gonna shut the fuck up talking to me or something like that. It was something. Hey, let's get in this drill. Fuck you. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Or if he did the fucking, back in the day when you're at school and you just fucking do the.
Yeah. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Michael Moore, Mills Moore put it
on. But I'm saying, I do it at school, but I wouldn't do it at home.
I did it at home and ended up knocked out one time. So, yeah, maybe he did, because them old school people, they don't play that. So
he's been around a while, too.
Yeah. So he did something, but they got to get rid of him, point blank. You got to get him out of there.
So on your last thing, you said get rid of him. We're going to move on. I thought you were going to hit it.
Oh, no, I was waiting on you.
We got to just wait, because I think it'll... Is Dame out of there?
Dame probably is not out of there, but he should have been gone last year. Jesus Christ.
If
If
bring the Lord into this?
that's who he needs in Portland. Like, Jesus. I don't know how much you could take as a superstar
The top 75 player of all time.
and just be like, you know what? I'm cool with.
I'm good with getting bounced out in the Western semis.
Yep. Like, come on, like, and he waving bye, but that's what happens to him every, like, he waved by and then they waved by to him the next
Was that
round.
not one of the coolest moments in the NBA?
That was like forever embedded in my memories. Like,
so the gif of him just sitting there and everybody's like jumping on it is the same gif of the kids where he's just like, everybody freaks up.
Yeah, so he gotta leave, man.
Where's he gonna go? What is Portland gonna? So, what team can put a package together that's worth a fuck for Dame? Because his contract, he has 3 years left. You can't just give him up for Ben Simmons.
I don't know.
Dude, Philly would become, I think, the instant Eastern Conference favorite.
Yeah, definitely.
Shit, Joel and fucking. Yeah.
Because I think.
Or get you a 3-trade team thing going on and get him in Denver or something.
Yeah, Denver or maybe even.
Shit, the Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks. They got the money. That's primetime basketball in the Garden.
Spike Lee sitting over there.
Yeah,
you know,
man. So he got to get out of there though, man. He's in the same situation that LeBron was in Cleveland.
No. I'm gonna raise it because LeBron's one of the best to ever do it. So the best, but I'm gonna say Reggie Miller. So did you watch Mouse in the Palace of Doc? Right. So I think Reggie had more. I'm just gonna say pull.
Yeah.
So Reggie got that team together in 2006 and was like, we're making the run, we're gonna do this. Got a fucking bunch of ballers on Indiana. Like, who the fuck wants to go? Like, at least Portland's nice. You know what I mean? Like, but I think that's more of Dame's, like we were just talking comparisons, right? Like, I think that's more of Dame's comparison is to a Reggie Miller.
I'll take that. I like that.
I just don't think there's enough teams that can create a package. I think if you're Dame, maybe you give back the money. Like, I don't know how contracts work, but there needs to be, like, something in the NBA or any sport anywhere to where, like, hey, cut me off. You ain't got to pay none of this stuff. We know these guys.
It's happened before.
What do you mean?
Brady has taken pay cuts.
Yeah, but not in a trade situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? To where, like, hey, Portland, I'll give you guys back the 25 mil or whatever the fuck. I don't know. He makes a shitload. And he's like, hey, you can have this money, take it back to the salary cap or whatever.
But what do they need, though? To get
who?
Portland. Like, so.
If I'm giving away Damian Lillard.
No.
Oh.
If he's doing the whole money back. Because he has a solid 2-guard. CJ McCollum can score with the best of them.
But if Dame's out and I'm just double teaming CJ all night, is it the same?
Yeah, so I don't know. They put all their faith into, is it Nurkic? Nurkic?
Yeah. No, Nurkic,
Yeah.
I always get him and Vucevic.
Yeah. They put all their faith into Nurkic as a big, and he's just not what I think he could be, because he should be. But ever since he got dunked on that 1 year, it just ain't been. It's like his morale is in the dumps. But he got cooked. He was getting cooked. Who was cooking him in the bubble year? He was getting cooked, and it was bad.
Yeah,
it was bad, and it was on display. Was it AD cooking him? No, it was Dwight Howard.
Yeah,
Dwight Howard was bullying him and bullying him and bullying him to the point where he got mad and got a tech for shoving Dwight Howard because he was getting bullied. And I'm like, yo, you getting bullied by Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee?
Old Dwight Howard.
Yeah, like.
She acted a fool, JaVale McGee?
Yeah.
The same guy?
Yeah. That happened. Like, that happened. And I was like, he's not going to be who y'all want him to be.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, they got a 1 and 2. I think because he can get you boards.
Sure.
So I think they need just probably like an old vet, but not a super old vet.
Older
vet.
Sure. Yeah.
Older vet. Younger than Melo, but somewhere in that 31 to 35.
And then how long is Chauncey? Like, do you give Chauncey a chance if you trade away Damian Lillard? Are you going to keep him around, let him try to
If they trade...
Because Chauncey's had offers left and right.
Yeah.
This is the situation he chose.
If they trade Dame, I would have to give Chauncey a chance because you traded away.
Because it's not the SEC. It's not, hey, you didn't win a fucking...
I'm out of here.
No.
You had to bring that up.
I did. We'll talk about it. I think if you're Chauncey, you probably talk to Dame and you're like, hey man, do you want to be here? And if Dame tells you, help me. And again, it's early. So let's say fucking 3 months down the road, right? We get to All-Star break. And that's 5 months down the road. Jesus. But so we get to the All-Star break and Portland's 5th.
I'm not mad.
We're not talking Dame leaving though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
if they're 5th.
But that's the thing. Dame and them have always been right there. Just right there. But we're not getting him anybody.
But like the last 2 years, they've been 7. And yeah, they've been 7.
I'm almost willing to bet they've only been in the top 4 of the playoff bracket one time.
With Dame?
With Dame.
I don't think they've been in the top 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, but I'm thinking that they've had to been 4 once.
I don't think so. Because you got to think.
Well, think about when LaMarcus Aldridge was there, too.
Still,
I think that was the year, like
no.
the 2 years before he left, maybe they were 4th.
With Dame? No, I don't think so. Because you still got the Nuggets have been there for a minute.
Who, like
Utah.
whoever's running that fucking franchise is just. Then you get an MVP and Jokic,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Utah came up in the last 2-3 years.
Even though you don't like Donovan Mitchell.
No, I like Donovan Mitchell. I don't like Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, and he hurt Jokic last fucking motherfucker.
And
Ruined the goddamn league.
yeah.
The bubble was cool. I'll give them that.
Yeah,
The bubble was pretty cool.
Weirdo. I think after this year, Dame has to leave. I don't know what they can put together.
Unless they do what? What if they make it to the Western Conference Finals and lose?
But they won't.
But I'm saying they can. It's not impossible.
I mean, kind of shit. It's kind of. I mean, because you gotta. It's not impossible, but it's so many teams. It's the Western Conference, so it's so many teams ahead of them. LA
again.
I don't.
Then the Blazers.
Then the Clippers over the Blazers.
The Clippers aren't better than the Blazers?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
LA. The Warriors are back. They're like 4-1 with no Clay.
Yeah, I think they're doing really good. I don't know the record. I don't want to sound stupid because John will yell at me.
But they're bad. Utah never left.
Donovan Mitchell's really good. Yeah.
Is Jamal Murray back?
Not yet.
Well,
and Denver only lost by 10 to the fucking Jazz.
Yep.
So
Denver is gonna be there.
Hold on. That's gonna move us into the next topic. Because now we're done with Dame. Oh fuck! No, it's not. If I missed a slide, it had the odds of the.
It's alright.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I do think the NBA season's a little young for us to be kind of making some of these.
There's only like 4 or 5 games in, but you kind of know. I feel like you kind of know, based off players, barring injuries. Barring injuries, you kind of know.
Yeah, because you can probably take the top 4 from both conferences, except the Bulls, because they're gonna go to the finals this year. But you can take the top 4 of both conferences, right, and be like, yeah, that they're in somewhere.
Yeah,
you know.
NFC Playoff Picture. I already disagree with this.
That's the standings.
Yeah, but I disagree with it. I know it's the standings. It's the standings.
There's factual evidence right here. Like I disagree with that.
Yeah, well.
Do you?
What stands out to me is what you asked on the first time.
That's what you can't disagree. I'm saying like what stands out is different. What
stands
than
out to me is the number 1 team is not the best team in the NFC.
They haven't lost a game.
I don't care.
So I'm gonna show you something real fast, right? So Bucks. Fuck is it? That's weird. Yeah. I forgot computers can do things. But so Bucks lose to this team.
Yeah.
Right? This team loses to this team.
Yeah.
Because I know that's where you're going, is the Bucks are better. Does anybody see how it works? So one more time, just in case. This team beats this team, but then this team beats the team that beat them.
And this
And
team
it was bad. They were both bad.
Beat that team. The Bucks will beat the Cards right now. They lined up on Sunday. The Bucks will beat the Cards.
Tell you what, because there's only one good matchup next week, and it's tomorrow night. The Cards and the Packers. If the Cardinals beat the Packers, I don't care if they don't have Devontae Adams. I don't care if they have Lazard. Don't matter to me. How are they not the best team in the league?
Yeah.
At least the NFC.
And not.
Just because the Bucks have Tom Brady?
That's all they need.
Oh, dude. They need a secondary, too.
Yeah.
Because Matthew Stafford tore them the fuck up.
Yeah, he
and
did.
what did Tom Brady do?
I don't remember. He lost.
Played like fucking booty.
It's all right.
And then he beats the Bears 35-3, and we're all like, look at Tom Brady. Like, it's the fucking Bears. 38-3.
And he
They
played.
did kick that last field goal. Like, God damn.
And he played Love Sosa over the highlights.
He did.
Yeah.
That was
GOAT.
Dude, Tampa Bay Tom is the best guy I've ever seen.
Yo.
Like, I kind of wish New England traded him. I still wish he had, like, all the Super Bowls he has. But I just wanted to see him in Tampa the whole time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine him doing that every week? Like, all the Bills, like, hey, remember you guys lost 4 fucking Super Bowls? Well, I beat you guys twice this year, and then twice the year before, so that makes 4. So it's kind of like the same thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, shit like that. Like,
Bro,
he's just so
he
great.
played Love Sosa. That is the most, I don't know. That is goatish.
So I've been to Chicago a couple times, and they like some Chief Keef out there.
They love Chief Keef.
Listen, but when the GOAT plays, I'm sure Chief was just like, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Like, I'm not even mad at that, you know.
and then the fucking rest of the squad back there,
Yeah.
13 motherfuckers, yes. Oh.
Yeah, that was crazy. But
Chief, give us a shout out too. I'll fucking that should be the intro.
yeah.
I'm fucking beating their ass.
Yeah.
And then we start. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Hey, do you know who that guy was?
just a random
This is a random dude.
Yeah, bro. Like, I looked it up on Twitter. Like,
And Chief was just like, yeah.
yeah,
I'm gonna play
put that on the intro. Like, goated. He
That
goated.
shit, dude, forever.
Motherfuckers acting like Chief ain't this, Chief ain't. That's crazy. But let's give it. I still have the Bucks as the best.
Fucking
team.
breezy in there.
I still have the Bucks as the best team in the league.
Because you know what's crazy? Like, honestly, we could kind of look at it and be like, with the AFC, it was all the teams. You're like,
Yeah.
oh shit. But then you go like kind of like that, and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay.
Oh, keep your hand up there.
Oh, keep it up here.
I don't know if any Cowboys fans watch it, but yeah.
Enough.
I don't know.
You know how they are? It's like they all come at the same, like they're like an army with them. The Cowboys are a good team. How? You don't think they're a good team?
That's as funny as that Ben Simmons. They do look good, but we know that's not gonna last. We know it. You know it.
No, Dak is looking good. So, I've been wrong, and I'm okay with being wrong. Because I've been saying, I told you from the jump, Cowboys ain't going to be good. And it's going to be funny. Because I thought the football team was going to be really good. Wrong. I thought the Giants were going to fucking show out. I thought Danny Dimes was about to ball the fuck out. Wrong again. And then, yeah, so that's 3 wrongs just about the NFC East. And the football that the Cowboys are playing, man, I do want to see the Packers because the Cardinals are plus 124 points. That's the point difference. Is a plus 124. Best in the league. Killing it. But I do want to see if the defense can sustain the Packers. But I do think we'll give them an out. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't play well, because we love quarterbacks, and we're just going to give Aaron Rodgers an out if he plays like shit because he didn't have Devontae Adams. But he accounts for 77% of the receiving yards on that team. So, I mean, I think the Rams, dude, I really just want the Bucs to lose just to, that's funny because nothing happens there. But I do want the Rams to like keep balling out because I love Matthew Stafford. I think he's the business.
I like Matt because, like I told you last week, consistency. I like consistency. Consistency in Detroit is amazing.
Well, I'll give you a list real fast. Consistency in Detroit. Barry Sanders, out of there. Calvin Johnson, out of there. Both also first ballot. Yeah. Just like, yep, these are the best people to do it at this position. Done.
Yeah.
And they both retired early. Megatron, what's crazy about Megatron is he'd be playing today.
Yeah.
If he played for anybody else.
Yeah, if he would have went.
And even shitty teams, he'd still be playing.
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald stuck around he was on bad Cardinals teams.
I wish they'd bring him back this year. Just cause.
No, I really wanted them to go to like the Packers or the Bucs,
Patriots.
just to watch so you can not go to the playoffs again. You know,
Oh, the Patriots of old.
Oh yeah, they should have done that years ago. Yeah, give him.
I thought Megatron. They had rumors that Megatron was gonna come out of retirement to go to New England. I was praying.
I would give a first round pick for the next 6 years to get Calvin Johnson. Are you fucking crazy?
Calvin
Fuck
Johnson,
everything that we're about to do.
Calvin Johnson and Tom Brady. Jesus.
Well, we saw what Randy Moss did, and Calvin Johnson's better than Randy Moss. I don't care what anybody says. Calvin Johnson's better than Randy Moss.
Let's go back to here because I don't want to come in.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Fuck Randy Moss. Anyway, I love Randy Moss.
These two, like you said, if I could wipe them away, I don't know what the fuck the Saints. Why don't the Saints use fucking Kamara? I should hear Kamara's name way more than I do.
So last Monday night, and again, it's against Seattle without Russell Wilson, so it's kind of like a weird thing. But the defense is shitty. You give up 2 first-round picks to get Jamal Adams, a safety. Nobody in their right fucking mind is doing that. So anyway, but and then you're gonna draft an outside linebacker, a starter though. I'll give Pete Carroll's credit, and not somebody to help Russell Wilson. And your defense is still shitty. It's crazy. But Kamara had a catch. It was for about 40, 45, 46, 47 yards, and then nothing else after that. And it's like maybe if y'all get him the ball a couple times,
you know, like
that shit'll happen.
And it's crazy because I don't know if you paid attention, but the Texans traded Mark Ingram back to the Saints. Are they about to start giving Mark Ingram the ball again?
No, I need to pick up David Johnson in fantasy if that's what you're telling me. But
yeah, they traded him.
I don't think mental note to that.
They
did that today?
Yes. So I'm like, for what? You got Kamara. You got rid of this dude for Kamara. Is there something going on?
Well, then you got rid of Latavius Murray, and everybody's like, why?
Because he had a good year.
He's a good backup. It's like, I mean, just give him a little more money. And then if you're not going to give Kamara the fucking ball, get Latavius out there to do something else.
I don't know.
What is Sean Payton doing? Is he trying to be like, yeah, we really need Taysom Hill out here?
I think that's...
Oh, my God.
I don't know what he's doing, but...
Okay, I thought you were about to say Taysom Hill needs the ball more or something.
What?
I thought that's what you were about to say.
No.
Just the way our conversation just went. That's what I was about to say.
No way. But I'm kind of nervous for Kamara because why would you go back and get Mark Ingram unless you're about to get a ball to him?
Maybe you have a lot more packages for Kamara if you have Ingram and Alvin out there at the same time.
Because they were...
And he also should have changed his number back. But
they were, like, killing it together.
Yeah.
I thought they should have never got rid of him, but whatever, you know.
Well, I liked him coming to the Ravens. I wasn't upset about it.
Yeah.
Big trust.
Yeah.
You never get that if Mark stays in New Orleans. So.
And I think Lamar won MVP with him.
Yep.
Yeah. But I just, I'm not going to lie. I don't believe in the Cowboys. Sorry. I just don't.
What would make you believe in the Cowboys? Let's move it there.
Win a playoff game.
They won a playoff game.
Win more than one playoff game.
Okay, that's fair.
Make it to the NFC Championship.
Just make it to the NFC.
Just make it. You make it to the NFC title game, I'm off your back.
Forever.
No, fuck no.
Well, then that's what I'm saying.
I'm back on their back. It's the Cowboys. You know what makes me...
How about them Cowboys?
That's what makes me not like it. It's not the Cowboys, it's you fans. God, y'all are the worst people.
That's true. It's the worst. Y'all are the worst.
The worst. Ooh, we're the best. No,
and then when they lose in the first round, you're just like, well, if we did all these things, like, yeah, we could. Yeah, if the other team
that's what
did all
other
the
teams
other
say
things,
every year. Yeah, well, no, just, you know.
I do think so. I will. Let me throw in something real fast. I do like that the Cowboys are doing good because I really want them to let the fans down. I just can't wait. Like, as much as I don't like Stephen A, when he's just like, the Cowboys just let you down. And I'm like, yeah, they do. Yes, they do. That's what I'm talking. Dude, and I kind of want them, like, I want them to just play, because, like, as of right now, I think it would be, 2, 7, 3, 6. They'd play they'd play the Rams, and the Rams would kick the shit out of them. And Trayvon, those memes, dude, and it was pissing me off. I'm pretty sure we talked about it last week, but the memes of, the earth is 75% water. The rest is covered by Trayvon Diggs. Like, I want every receiver, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, who leads the lead in receiving yards, to just torch him. And then just have the Cowboys, well, it's Dan Quinn's fault, and Mike McCarthy doesn't know this, and like, hold on.
Because, you know what's crazy? Like, those are good receivers, and he's giving up the most receiving yards. Like, that'll cover number one real quick.
And then, so, on the play, we'll go back 2 weeks. The play against New England, when he fell, so after he got the pick six, right? Awesome. Ball fucking hawk. I'm not taking anything away from Draymond Diggs at all, right? But the next play, Kendrick Bourne hits him with an ope-to-dope, and he kind of falls, and then gets torched for fucking 75 yards. Yep. Well, the safety was supposed to, he still fell down. I'm not saying the safety wasn't where he was supposed to be, because the safety wasn't. And we always take, he's supposed to have safety help. Do y'all know what help means? Yeah. Help doesn't mean the safety's supposed to take the guy. The safety's supposed to
just
help
in case.
You.
That's a like, hey, you got him, but I'll be over here. Come on, like, god damn. But you know,
it's supposed to be, I've never played defense, so I don't know what safety help. Yeah, so the safety's supposed to be on. Like,
no, that's not what it means.
Well, they ran a cover too. Like, there's only so much of the coverage to have before it's the cornerback's fault.
Yeah, like, goddamn. But, you know, that's for people that don't know defense, not none of you.
What's funny, because if you talk about the Mannings, right, so they'll talk about cover two, and then the next week, all we talk about is cover two, cover two, cover two. Tampa 2 is a little different. Like, because Peyton Manning said it, so I'm going to say it and sound just as smart. Yeah. I watch Monday Night Football. That's what they said. Get the fuck out of here.
So, yeah.
But the NFC isn't even as fun to talk about.
It's not.
Again, it's just kind of like, I know, and I'll do it. Okay.
And I just...
next time I'll have we'll hit it again, and then it'll just...
just block them out. Who the Cowboys play this week?
The Giants or something, probably. I don't know. No. They play Sunday night, because I got CeeDee Lamb. The Vikings. They play a playoff team.
If they lose to them, I don't want any Cowboys to
nope.
say.
And it's gonna be, and I know this is gonna come back up, but I'm gonna tell you something real fast because you annoy me and I hate you for it. If the Cowboys lose to the Vikings, the Cowboys fans, and I know all of you are gonna say it's the coach's fault. Kind of like my co-host here says that it's the coach's fault when a better team demolishes another team, like Alabama did to Ole Miss. So anyway, and then what's crazier too is I think the Vikings will jump the Saints, but the Cowboys will still be fourth, because the rest of the NFC East is fucking hot garbage. Yeah. But there we go. You hitting it?
Yep.
All right. So who's the best in college football?
It's easy, man.
Is it easy?
It's not easy.
Oh, okay.
It's not easy at all because I'm gonna go to your favorite love and hate. It's the SEC, baby. Georgia can roll into Gainesville. Is it Gainesville? Gainesville, Florida.
It is Gainesville.
Yeah, they can roll into Gainesville and get upset.
I actually found this out the other week, and I feel like a big idiot. But Georgia and Florida play in Jacksonville every year. Did you know that? Mm. Yeah, every year they play in Jacksonville.
Yeah, where? The Jags Stadium?
I think so, probably.
I never know.
I mean, the Jags don't sell out enough games, so they probably are like, yeah.
Gotta make up this money somehow. It makes sense though, because Georgia right there, so it makes sense.
Right there, but
about 6 hours. Yeah.
It still feels like Gainesville's closer.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like Georgia's right here, and it's
but
maybe Jacksonville's on that the
it
line.
Is. Yeah, it is. Jacksonville, it's right there. And what? Athens, man.
I think Athens is the way lower half.
Yeah, so either way, those people travel. It's either Georgia or Alabama, man. It's kind of hard to tell. I wish we could have a black for both of these.
No. Okay, so I was gonna be cool with the black, right? I was gonna be fine with that. Yeah. The beauty of college football is that you earn the rank. Yeah. For the most part, it's not The rankings have never been, and even in the BCS days, have never been what they're supposed to be or where they're going to be towards the end of the year. Cincinnati has earned the number 2 ranking. They have. They went on the road and beat Notre Dame. I know people shit on Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a great program. They got
Notre Dame sucks.
They got 5 stars everywhere, dude. Stop.
Notre Dame is
They got academic sanctions harder than anybody except a Stanford or any Ivy League school there is.
Mitch, Notre Dame sucks. I'm just calling out the Notre Dame fans I know.
Frank, Notre Dame sucks. I'll help you out. I'll call out a couple.
Frank, Notre Dame's butt. I'm sorry, I like you. I don't know you, but Notre Dame's butt.
Oklahoma's trash. I'll give you.
Yeah, Oklahoma doesn't even know. They don't have an identity anymore.
Talking about how great the SEC is because it's Alabama. Excuse me. See, I'm already
Georgia and Alabama.
Georgia and Alabama.
See, John, I fixed it for you.
But we've been saying Alabama so long. Do me a favor. Count the Big Ten teams in the top 10. This is not our rankings. This is the coaches poll and AP poll rankings. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Big Ten teams.
See, but
okay.
This is
no. Hold on. I'm just gonna count. That's all I'm doing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm teaching them all how to count too. So we gotta we do these
okay.
All right. And then
good parenting.
Well, and then we're gonna count the SEC teams as next. 1, 2, 3. Oh. This is a lot heavier than fucking what's going on over here.
Yeah, but so it's all right. There are 4, but after this week, there will not be 4.
Yeah, because these 2 teams play each other.
Exactly,
dude.
Exactly, and then here goes somebody in SEC creeping right back up.
Because I do think Kentucky's 11th, or not Kentucky.
Nah, it's Notre Dame.
Is it Notre Dame? God, yeah, they're just hanging around, dude.
I don't know why they suck. I'm sorry.
They have an independence thing. Dude,
it's the money.
Yeah.
It's the money, man.
But I think if it was the money, this would be a little bit of a jump. But
are you
to me,
Oklahoma?
Ohio State and Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, I get it. But
Norman, Oklahoma. Have you been to Norman?
Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Ain't
nothing there except that state.
This has been OKC. OKC.
Nothing. Dude, Stillwater is bigger
I
than
feel like I got
Norman.
oil or some shit.
Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like it's some money back.
I did see some rigs.
Yeah, I feel like it's some money back.
But
it might be closer than we think.
To me, you take out Oklahoma and you put in Michigan. That's just me because...
What if Michigan loses to Michigan State?
No. Then Michigan State needs to be in the top 4. They don't have a loss, dude. These teams that don't have losses, I think, and like I said to start this segment, dude, college football is different. You're undefeated, and Wake Forest is 13th, and I think maybe they should be in the top 10. Take out Iowa, I move Ole Miss to 9, and Wake Forest is right there. Now, they gave up 60-something to Army, which is bad, but they scored fucking 70. I mean, there's, you know what I mean? There's no...
70, 60? Yeah.
It was 65. Yeah. So there was that meme was going, it's $800 billion defense budget, and this is what happens, right? But,
so
you earn it in
college. We believe in these 2 teams still?
I don't believe in Iowa, no. They let me down. I had you guys in the playoffs just to win the fuck out, and you couldn't beat fucking Purdue. At home? We won't get in on that, because I'll fuck. But anyway, my wife just fucking stopped. But Oregon went into fucking Columbus and beat them. Was it by only a touchdown? Absolutely. But they beat them. They beat quality opponents. Same with, you can say Georgia, and you can say the same with Alabama. I understand that they have a loss.
So, let me ask you this. Because we're talking about them, these 2 teams play, but then this team and this team plays, and I think this team and this team play. Do you have Ohio State coming out on top of both? I don't.
So, I only do because there's a break in between those games. They play Penn State this week.
Who does?
Ohio State.
Do you have them beating Penn State?
Yeah.
Okay.
Penn State fucking sucks.
But
you don't lose to Illinois at home. Also, I want to talk about the overtime. Can we do that for a second? Did you watch the Penn State game?
I don't.
So, I don't watch that shit from up north.
Yeah.
So,
That's
so,
what I was about to say.
So the overtime rule, after three overtimes, because you know the OG rule was you play, you get the 25-yard line, you get a field goal, other team gets a touchdown, they win.
Yeah.
Right? Or if you get a field goal, we fucking do it over again.
Yeah.
But there's this, it's you go for two after two overtimes because it's trying to hurry the game up.
Yeah.
And it was really weird because you get one play. You get one play, next team goes, they get a play. You switch sides. Next team, or not the next team, but the team that just went the second time, they go again. And then the other team goes. So it's kind of the same, but it's just the weirdness of the one play thing. So it's like, you look at it and you're like, oh, 9 overtimes. It took them 9 overtimes to win. It's like, yeah, but not really. Not like 9 real overtimes. Like, get the fuck out of here. But, pretty sure that was a dog. Hopefully. But, Braylon came out here. But I think not enough credit is given to Michigan, and especially Michigan State. They're undefeated. They've done what they're supposed to do. They haven't had a lot of close games. Michigan had one. No, I lied. Michigan had a close game against Nebraska, but it was on the road. Scott Frost really had. I feel like Scott Frost really has his Nebraska team in there, but they're not there yet.
What more credit do you want them to get though? They're not better than any of the teams in front of them.
Michigan would have beat Kansas by fucking a thousand
they're better than
points.
Oklahoma. But you said Cincinnati earned it.
They did.
So they're not better. They would be at the number 5.
I think if Cincinnati plays Oklahoma today, Cincinnati wins by fucking 2 scores. Cincinnati has only had one game this year where they won by less than 10 points, and it was against Navy. And I always throw Navy Army in there as the weird one-offs. Even at Georgia Tech, like that offense they run.
Damn offense is I'm trying to tell you, man, hard to defend.
Listen,
Background story: we ran it in my high school. My senior year, got me to college. My senior year, we rushed for like 4,200 yards. Insane. But he hates it. Doesn't matter. It's the
Derrick
number
Henry
one.
did the same thing in an opposite offense, so I don't want to.
4,000.
Yeah, dude, Derrick Henry, it was like 2,000, 3,000. It was a lot.
He's 6'6" playing running back. That's not fair.
Yeah, he was throwing people like you around. You're a big shit. You go one-on-one Derrick Henry right now, what happens?
I'm not getting stiff on him. He's just gonna have to run past me. He's not running me over. Yeah, I'll stand on that.
Tony, I love you, man, but
country strength, man. Yeah, I know.
You don't think he's country strong? Are you fucking
Where you
crazy?
from, Texas?
Yulee, Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not country down there.
I think Yulee is.
It probably is. Yeah. Derek, what up, man?
Yeah.
Give me 3 weeks.
No, I'll slide in his DMs right after the show.
Derek,
I'm gonna
give me 3 weeks.
No, 3 weeks. I'm talking about today. I'm gonna call him today. I'll fly you to Nashville.
Hey, Derek, I ain't trying to
I'm
end
gonna
your
say
season, man.
you, Bree, Dion, Micah can get out there too, just to see what's gonna. I won't even go.
Hey, it'll be bad, man. They'll be
Good
like,
for
oh,
you.
fat podcaster lays Derrick Henry out.
Actually, yeah, no. Now I'm for it because if that happens, we'll fucking shoot up.
Fat podcaster lays Derrick Henry out. Yeah, but nah,
Anyway, yeah. So
I destroyed Derrick. But yeah, I don't know. I want Michigan to be up there. I just want Michigan to beat fucking Ohio State. I don't care where they end up out of there. I don't like Ohio State.
how long has it been? How long has it been since Michigan beat Ohio State? A long fucking.
That's why I want them to win. That's
You
why
just
I
want him to win, just to want him to win.
Nah, I like Harbaugh. Like he's a cool coach.
I mean, he's alright, I guess. Lost in the Super Bowl too. To a better team. And bro, that has to be rough, dude. Imagine me and you going up in a Super Bowl together, like. But I will say, like, this is super off. The last 10 minutes, it feels like it's been off. But if you ever watch it, like, I always noticed, maybe because I paid more attention because I was a fan, but John was so happy to be there with his brother. It looked like Jim was just like, yeah, fuck this, dude. Like, if he beats me, like, this is it. I gotta hear this every fucking year.
So to bring it back in the circle.
Yeah.
It was like that Ole Miss Arkansas game.
Mm.
The coordinators were brother-in-laws.
No shit.
And they was like, yo.
Wait, the offense, defense?
Yeah, something like that.
No.
And they was like, fucking hate to play each other because it's like, it happens.
Yeah.
And it's like, they were talking, they kept talking about it. And I was like, damn, it's kind of crazy.
You think that shit would be like on pause, you know, for what I'm saying, for like Thanksgiving? Like, maybe we'll talk football, but not the game we played.
Depends on who's better, I think.
Not the Super Bowl, though. Not the, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm talking about college. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I feel like it'd be easier, like, oh yeah, week 6, we played each other. Like,
yeah.
Talk about that.
Beat the shit out of them, but one by one.
But old John comes to fucking Thanksgiving dinner talking about.
Yep, just sitting it on the table. Mom, who's the better son now? Like,
you just put it right here, just be like, did y'all get to see the?
It's gotta be kind of. Yeah, so I think that'd be hard as shit.
Because look, man, like honestly, if we're looking at the top 10, Iowa doesn't belong there. Oklahoma doesn't belong in the top 10.
They don't.
Dude, you almost lose to fucking Kansas. You want to hear something crazy? The Kansas Jayhawks in Lawrence, Kansas, were letting people into that game for free after halftime. It was 10-0 at half, and they were just letting people. So I actually watched the game because I love Robert Griffin III on commentary. I like him. I think he does a really good job. And I'm watching it, and I'm just sitting there like, there's a lot more people fucking stands, dude. Like, and then I saw it as like a Bleacher Report or something, and they were like, yeah, Kansas was just letting people in there. I'm like, oh, all right, that's fucking.
It's not. They don't give a fuck. They know that's not their bread maker. They're not making no money.
Hey, Akeem Talib came from Kansas. He wasn't.
Yeah, but that's not their. Okay, so you got a choice: Kansas football game, basketball game. Which one you going to?
Well, yeah.
No, which one you going to?
Basketball.
All right, exactly. So let them in. Shit, they'll buy some concessions. We might win.
$4 hot dog.
Yeah, like, we might win. So yeah.
Can you imagine being on that Kansas team that beat number 3 Oklahoma? Forever. That's like your thing.
Yeah, man, like,
you know?
we're a basketball school. I never thought we'd do no
You
shit
ever been to
like
Lawrence,
this.
Kansas? Like shit there.
I've never been.
There's some fields. Anyway, yeah.
But I'm excited to see because Michigan and Michigan State play this week. So
Who you got in that game?
Michigan. Not by much, but I got Michigan by 4.
Okay. I respect that, but I think it's going to be Michigan State. So hear me out.
By how much?
10.
Yikes!
So listen, hear me out. That offense isn't very good. They don't really move the ball well. They run the ball well, but they don't move the ball well. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can run the ball, but it's not really like kind of clicking. Like, you'll get a 10-yard rush and then a 3 and out after that. Like, I think it's good for Michigan because I think they might upset Ohio State this year. And I think losing to Michigan State is going to be
what they need.
And then John is going to be like, oh, no, I said it right the first time. John is going to be like, all right, fuck this. And
so let me ask you.
We don't have a Big Ten.
Yeah, let me ask you this: if Ohio State gets upset,
sure, and
Michigan State upsets Michigan,
yeah,
which one of them is out of the top 10?
Probably, because I think so. Michigan State beats Michigan, they move up to 6, because these are gonna stay the same, and then
Ole Miss goes to like 6.
Yeah, Iowa needs to be
out of there. Yeah.
I move Ole Miss to 8 behind Oregon still because they lost to Stanford and it was barely. Ole Miss got the shit kicked out of them, so that's just where I'm at. They did. I don't know why you think it's funny, but I think Michigan loses to Michigan State, right? So they're gonna swap, but Michigan goes down a little bit. But then when Michigan beats Ohio State, I think they come up. And they're still behind Oregon unless Oregon loses again.
But Ohio State is out, right?
Yeah, no, Ohio State's out.
Because they'll be a 2-loss team.
You can't be a 2-loss team and not be in the SEC.
Yeah.
Just doesn't happen.
All right, I like that. Real quick, who's the 3rd best team in the SEC?
Kentucky. Or excuse me. Oh, hold on. The team in Lexington. Yeah.
You think Kentucky will beat Ole Miss?
Yeah. No. Whoa. Hold on. Who would beat who? That's way different. That's not the third best team.
So who's the fourth best then?
Ole Miss. Do you just need me to say Ole Miss is in the top?
No, Ole Miss is the third best team.
Ole Miss plays Georgia. What happens? I'm just asking you.
We beat Georgia by 7.
I don't think you score 7 on Georgia. That's me. Oh, hold on. Excuse me.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm not correct. I didn't think about it. Ole Miss plays Alabama. What happens?
Ole Miss plays Alabama again, and they get
No, not again. Not again. What happened?
They lost. Okay,
What's the score,
58-31.
Was that it?
Yeah, thanks.
I'm going back. Hold on. I got it. 59-31.
Okay. Yeah, Lane, you go for it.
You know, see the coach. I told y'all this was
Hey man, but I got numbers with my coach, and the Cowboys fan. The coach, what did he do wrong? I don't know. He didn't coach a good game, huh?
Bad clock management is Mike McCarthy's thing.
But now Ole Miss is third best team in the SEC, but we'll continue to see it. If they beat Auburn this week, I don't.
Yes, if they beat Auburn this week, Ole Miss is the third best team in the SEC.
All right, that's all I want to hear. Let's see. Moving along. Ole Miss better than Alabama and Georgia.
So you had something to say.
All right, man. So last week we got cut. We had a hell of a show, but
it was great.
It was a great show. But last week we talked about Deion Sanders and what he's doing for HBCUs, and I still think I got the numbers here. I do.
There we go.
Last week, it was Jackson State's homecoming, and
now 2 weeks ago.
Or 2 weeks ago, it was Jackson State's homecoming. They had a crowd of 53,578. In the same state, probably about 90 miles up the road, 110 miles, something give or take, something like that. Mississippi State hosted Alabama, and I don't know the relation. Starkville and Alabama are really close, probably like an hour 30, something like that. Tuscaloosa is really close to Mississippi State, and it was only 218 more people at that game, an SEC game in a much larger, much better stadium. But I just wanted to bring like some awareness to what Deion Sanders has done in his first year in the HBCUs, in the SWAC.
It seems like it's like 5th year, honestly.
Exactly.
The way people are talking about it.
Exactly. He's just bringing more attention to HBCUs, and I think that'll get more hype around them. Not saying they'll beat any D1 team, but you'll take notice to some people, cause like I was telling Billy last week. If you think about it, some of the old goats, HBCU members, Jerry Rice,
Steve Aaron McNair, rest in peace again.
Walter Payton,
yeah.
It's like a lot, bro. So,
and see what's crazy, that dude, like, you say Walter Payton and Jerry Rice, easily people have argued that they're the best at their positions, and it just so happens they went to an HBCU. Okay. I think it's wild how many times, because like you said, like I just said, like it feels like he's been there for a while. Yeah. And every time we talk about Deion Sanders, he's on SportsCenter. Not him himself, I'm saying the team, right? Big team, little me. And I think Deion's doing a really good job of like, Jackson State. It's Jackson State, not primetime. It is Jackson State.
Jackson State.
And
the Jackson State.
Oh, is it the Jackson State?
It is the Jackson State.
Is like the State. That's cool. See, I didn't know that. Yeah. But I think it's really cool that these announcers and these commentators are HBCU. Like, they make sure that that's what we know, to where it's not like if you didn't know anything. So luckily I had a little bit of knowledge about HBCU. Like, I knew we had Prairie View, Grambling State. I'm not silly to what's going on. Right? But it's like people who just kind of watch sports, they're just like, yeah, Deion Sanders has a team, and it's like at an HBCU. He's doing this. It's not just some fucking school.
And they're 5-1. So they're
beat the shit out of Eddie George's team too.
So they're at the top. And it's just a testament to what he's doing. Like I said, in the SWAC, because there's more HBCUs in different conferences. Me and Billy looked this up last week. More in different conferences, but he's 5-1, and in the SWAC, they really don't do like names on the back of jerseys. And he went and said something and got those people. He was like, "It's $5 a letter." He made a good point. Like, if some mom or some dad or some grandparent, it's like, I can't remember his number, but I see my last name. That's my boy. that is some of the best stuff ever. Like you can go out there and like proudly represent your family. And I just wanted to bring mention to that because, like Billy said, he's getting HBCUs on the map. And like
and there's a lot of them. It's not like it's just like this like tight knit. Because at first I thought it was a way smaller scale, but then you go into it and you have the SWAC and then you have the ACC.
Yeah, something like that.
The Atlantic
AAC,
something.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But then you go into all these schools and you're like, holy shit! There is a lot of these schools that are historically black college universities. You know what I mean? So there's like a lot more to be said about what he's doing than just. Yeah, Deion Sanders is doing some good stuff and then ending it there.
Like, cause like they got like a little Jackson State has a little show where they follow him around, and he's not only making noise for the HBCUs but for his coaches. Yeah, his strength and conditioning coach is now the Vikings' strength and conditioning coach, and it's like, hey, the head coach from the Vikings called, hey Prime, I've been looking at your boy. Is he good? I think he'll do this for you. He's gone. And that's that's major because, like I said, man, what I like to call HBCUs where you can find like the diamonds in the rough. Like, hey, these dudes not going to the big SEC teams or ACC or none of those conferences. Yeah. They're going to where, hey, I got offered a full scholarship here, but I'm good. I want to be noticed. Yeah. And I think he's gonna bring like more notice to, pay attention here.
Well, it's like a lot of it too is like, I really would love to go to Howard. You know what I mean? But it's like that football team isn't very good, so I don't want to go there and waste away like a talent. Like even though I'd love to attend a university, right? But like I can't. Yeah. I have to go. I'm gonna go to Alabama State instead because D2. Somebody's bound to notice me more than at an HBCU, right? But now if you had Deion Sanders. Even if you want to go to, he's not coaching at Howard. Yeah. But you want to go to Howard, you're like, I'm gonna play Deion Sanders' team. So I'm gonna
Somebody's gonna be like, cause people pay attention.
Right.
Oh, Deion's on TV. Let's see what his team's doing.
I've seen 2 Deion Sanders games.
Exactly.
You know how many fucking Jackson State games I watched before that?
None.
0. Yeah.
So I just like what he's doing for the HBCU. Like me and Billy was talking about, it'll be a long, long time before you see any top 5 recruits go to HBCUs, but top 3, maybe even or 3-star and 3-star and maybe even 1 4-star might go.
Well, you see it in basketball. The number one recruit's going to an HBCU. Yeah. The number 1 recruit. Yeah. But like you've said a million times, basketball is way different. It's obvious to be like that guy's an NBA player. Yeah. 10 years ago. You know what I mean? He's fucking 5 years old. You're like, all right, he's fucking good. Yeah. So And I understand what you're saying, but like you said, or like you and I have talked about 100 times, right? It's like he'll set a precedence, and then he'll bring in some coaching that's like worth a fuck. You know what I mean? Not saying anybody was shitty in the HBCU before, but
it's like he'll bring more recognition to those coaches. Those coaches might get a better job, and then he'll bring in more athletes. Yep. They're like, you know what? Prime making it look easy down there, or Prime's doing a good job. I think I can contribute. Let me do that.
I like that.
Yeah, let me do that. Let me bring, because like I said, it's a lot of diamond. Shannon Sharp, HBCU, Savannah State. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. So I just want y'all to pay attention. If you never watched HBCU game, you should watch it. They got good athletes out there, and it's interesting. If you like music, the bands are definitely top tier.
Florida, I think it's Florida A&M has one of the best bands in the country. It's like them, Ohio State, and then like whoever the fuck else. But I know it's like them too.
Yeah. And it's like top tier. Any classic song you want to hear, they're playing it. But that's all I had to say about that, man. Just wanted to bring some recognition to it. Like I said, because it's gonna be the last time I talk. Thank y'all for watching us. Subscribe, like, share. Do whatever. You don't even have to watch it. Just look at it one time. You ain't got to watch all that.
Get us the views,
Yeah, get us the views, man. And the longer you stay with us, the better we'll get. We're a work in progress, but, I've been Tonio.
Hey, man, I'm Billy. I'm going to just reciprocate what the fuck Tonio just said and just really appreciate a single view is just nice to me. Like I said, we do this anyway, so why not record it and sit here and do the same shit that we're going to do regardless. You can follow us right here. Again, so that's going to be the second time we mention it. But again, man, we appreciate all the support, man. All the love has been wonderful. Like, I got people I haven't spoke to in years that are coming up to me or sending me messages, and they're just like, hey, man, I think it's pretty cool what you're doing. Get that guy back on your show. I don't remember his name. Just kidding. But, yeah, man, it's just really cool, man. We really appreciate you guys being with us.